for all of us and for the rights, for the fight for the rights of the people. Not just for the fight for the rights of immigrants, but for all human rights today. Today starts a National Day of Action, or a week of action, since we all know we are facing a very difficult crisis in this country. We've been on that for a while already, right? For many years, for many decades, for many centuries here. Immigrants have to fight. The ones that came first even had to do the same thing, and now it's our turn, right, with the new immigrants. Today, the Church World Service and a number of national organizations of faith and congregations nationwide are starting a week of civil disobedience and a week of vigil, of praying, to pressure the federal government, to pressure the whole system that runs this country, to be able to do the right thing, and the rights of human rights, and in the side of justice, and in the side of love. We are here today because we are asking Obama and Congress and all the people that have the power to say no to the deportations and detentions of innocent people. We don't need to wait for an immigration reform to have a little bit of justice. So we are asking that if there is any interest to have an immigration reform, that at least we need to stop breaking families apart. We need to stop persecuting people. We need to stop jailing little kids and deporting little kids. We need to stop all the injustice that's happening at this moment. So that's why today, and between today and the 2nd of August, a number of faith leaders will be in Washington, D.C., and they are from today already, and will be willing to be detained if that's the case, to defend the rights of people. So that's why we're here today. And we know that Obama has the power, and he has told everyone that he's going to take administrative action, or what is called the executive order, right? So do something, to do something, right? So we want to send this big message, and it's going to be a little bit of time today, this afternoon, also to do something that can help to get our voices there, and we'll get it in a little bit. So welcome everyone again. We know this is a gathering of the people of Portland that includes faith communities, labor, and community organizations. Welcome all of us. Right now, we're going to be doing something that we in the Interfaith Movement for Immigrant Justice do, which is we're going to say hello to each other, but not just looking at each other and smiling to each other, as we do in Portland, right? We are going to talk to each other here. So we are going to ask one person next to you and share with her or him, 2 or 3 people together, why you're here today, what brought you here today. So let's do that for 1 minute. Now hurry up, find somebody next to you.
Why you are here? Obama administration.
refugee children here, and also we are in solidarity with those children that are being killed in Palestine every day. That's what Lolo said. And we're here today because refugee children are all over the world for many reasons, and many of those are the same reasons why they're here. Whether you're in Palestine or whether you're crossing the border, the Mexico-US border. So next, speaking of that, we're having now a testimony of one of our members in our community that's going to tell us a little bit his personal story and how all of this that's happening is affecting him, his family, and his community. Francisco. Yeah.
Hello everyone. Thank you for giving me the opportunity to talk a little bit about the big issue we have in this country. My name is Francisco Aguirre. I work with BOSS Workers' Right Education Project. BOSS is here today to support those minors that they've been detained. We believe every human have the right to go everywhere we want to. But right now, this country is showing us that they believe they can do whatever they want and detain those kids, violating their rights of freedom. I have a personal experience because one of those kids is my son. My son was detained for 4 months, and they not even want to release it to me as a father. Finally, when they decide to release him, now they put him in the deportation process without giving him any opportunity to apply for any documentation that it will allow him to stay here in this country. When he are running away from the violence that this country helped to create back in El Salvador, my son is running away for those criminals that they want to kill him, those gangs members that they don't respect kids in El Salvador right now. That's why my son decided to come to this country. And guess what? Why we have the big violence in those countries in Central America? This was the help of this country, that the government deport people that they not even born in El Salvador. They born in this country, but because their parents come from El Salvador, they send them back because they are part of a gang. Those kids end up in the street back in El Salvador, nowhere to stay. They just keep implementing. They just keep doing what they know. Killing. Asking for money. If you don't have no money, what do they do to you? You're dead. That's why those kids are running away from those countries. And that's why I'm here saying I do support those kids. And we urge Obama to use his power to do something. They not on immigrants. They not on illegal like they calling them. They are refugees. They are humans. And they have the right to go wherever they want. Those minors, they should release them. They should be free. Thank you very much.
Have another testimony from another member of our community. Another story of a family affected by what's going on right now. We have Axcama Rios, who is the son of Cipriano, leader detained at Tacoma Detention Center. By the way, remember what I told you. They are going again today to a hunger strike in Tacoma. So let's keep them in our mind.
Good afternoon. Can everybody hear me? First of all, I want to thank you all for coming down here today. It really means a lot to myself and to the people in my circumstances that we have support from our community. I want to share my story. My name is Rios. I came to this country back in 1999 with my family when I was around 7 years old. I got 2 other siblings who, like myself, are undocumented, and we've been living here for about 15 years now. And for those 15 years, we have gone to school here, we have grown up here, and we have pretty much called this place our home. My parents have worked hard to provide us opportunities that in Mexico we didn't have. I myself, I am just an example of millions of stories out there. Unfortunately, my father, he was arrested for DUI back in May and was placed in the Immigration Detention Center in Tacoma. He's been there ever since. I am fortunate enough that this happened where at least my siblings and I are old enough to help support the family and help support our mother. I go visit him often, and I can't tell you, it breaks my heart when I see small children talking to their parents, their moms or dads, through a glass wall. This is an issue that's affecting our community and that unfortunately not many people know about. It's not because they don't care, it's not because they don't want to support immigration, it's just that they don't know. And events like this really come to me because it's helping raise awareness of what's going on. I myself, I'm here with my classmate, Mari Cruz. She also is a dreamer, as you would call us. She came here when she was younger. And just like me, we are trying to better ourselves. We are trying to get an education to be able to support our families and also help our community develop. Unfortunately, there's many obstacles today that's telling us that we cannot do it just because of our immigration status. They're saying that we have no right to be here. It really angers me when people call us criminals, when they say we are mooching off the system. I can tell you that I worked for every dollar I've earned in my life, and so have my parents. We have not benefited from any government subsidy or any government program. It really does break my heart when I see people talk about this, but I don't think it's because they have hatred in their hearts. I don't think it's because they don't like us. Like I said, I think it's because they don't know, and no one's out there educating them. And it's events like this, and it's organizations like this that really are putting a step forward to changing that attitude. Like myself, like I said, I'm benefiting from some new programs. I qualified for the deferred action, and hopefully there will be a path to citizenship coming out soon for me. But I'm very concerned also about my parents. They are older now, they're around 50 years old, and the work they're doing is really taking a toll on them. I see my mom coming home from work, and she's in back, her back is just in pain. Her legs are trembling because she stands all day. She works 40 plus hours a week, and she's still barely making enough to be able to pay the rent. My father was the same way. He worked in the pine field, and he is a country boy. You know, he loves going out there and doing all that work, but he too, it's taking a toll on him. He would come back, and I would need to help him take off his boots because he could not bend over just to untie them. You know, there's no Medicare waiting for them. There's no retirement waiting for them. They are going to work for the rest of their lives just to help support us. You know, I just want to ask this government to give us a fair chance. We're not asking to give us something that nobody else has. We're just asking to be in the same playing field. Right now, there's many obstacles preventing myself and my family from moving forward. But we are fighters, and we are definitely going to make it. I am concerned about my future generations, about those kids who are coming right now, who are being hauled up. What future awaits them? What future awaits the first generation Americans who their parents are working all day and can't even maintain them or watch them go to school or be at home with them? We have a broken immigration system. It needs to be fixed. And I can't really tell you how it angers me when I see that this Congress isn't doing anything about it. Now, I want to give the mic to Mari Cruz here because she has a small story to share too. Her parents are also working, and she too has siblings here.
Hello, good afternoon everyone. My name is Mari Cruz. I am also currently a student at Portland Community College. I thank you so much for coming here today and supporting so many people who, like myself, have come to this country to look for a better life and to get themselves out of the places they are or were. My mother is a divorcee. She divorced my father when she was 22. She had 2 little girls. In our town, they didn't allow us to go to the school because we were children from a divorced woman. So we had to go a town over on foot, on bicycle, however we could just to get an education. My mom didn't want us to grow up that way. She didn't want her children to always be on the fringe of society and not have opportunities just because of the sex they were. So she decided to bring us to the United States. And here, unfortunately, we had another problem. We had to live through domestic violence, and it's something that affects a lot of families, but immigration just adds another layer of obstacles to something that's already horrible. She was afraid that if she did report the domestic abuse, she would get deported. And she didn't want that, so it was very hard to leave that situation, and unfortunately we had to live it for 6 years. Thankfully we got out, and then we kept going, so that was good. Like I said, I'm currently at Portland Community College, where it's one of the places I could get an education. As you know, tuition is very high right now, and as an immigrant, I can't really get federal aid or any loans for my schooling. I'm very grateful that I had many opportunities to get some money for my school, and I've been working full-time and part-time just to get through it. But there's a lot of students I know who are currently unable to attend school because they don't have money, because they have to work, because like Ascana said, our parents are getting older, and we don't know what future holds for them. We don't know if they're gonna, we don't know if they're gonna work till they're 90 because they can't afford food or rent. So I'm very grateful for the people who are here who support and know that there's many layers to this issue, not just one, and that are willing to know more and learn about the people who suffer all of this injustice.
Really, what always has been working is when the people come out to the streets and do direct, peaceful actions, and that's what's happening. In Washington, D.C., in between now and the 2nd, a number of organizations and a number of faith people and faith leaders will be detained in the name of the accountability that we're asking to Obama and to this government. So that is happening. And just to end this, again, let's remember that tomorrow we can do other things. And one more thing that Rayan was suggesting is that we can go and we can commit to talk to 2 people wherever you have your relationships, whether at home, at work, in your school, at church, anywhere. The idea is that we need to spread the word and educate others about what's going on, or if they know it, to remind them that this is happening and that we need to change things to stop injustices.